Welcome to Good Times with Alex and Ryan. I'm Ryan Sprague, and you can follow me at Ryan W. Sprague. Alex?
You can follow me on Twitter at Vandollar15. And I like this recording setup we have because I feel like I'm in the Brady Bunch intro. I'm like, yeah.
So true. The Brady Bunch.
The Good Times Bunch. If you want to have a good time, come watch us.
Yeah, that reminds me, all you peoples out there, subscribe, okay? You know, if you're on Apple or Spotify or whatever, you know, if you're out to have a good time, subscribe to us. You know, YouTube, whatever. If you don't want to have a good time, we don't want you. You know, go be your Debbie Downer somewhere else. But come over here and subscribe to us. Only OGs right now, right? We're just starting, so only OGs get to subscribe.
I want anybody and everybody to subscribe. Don't listen to him. I want anybody that has ears capable of listening to hear me.
Okay, well, Alex says Debbie Downers are okay. I say no. Well, you pick.
Team Alex versus Team Ryan.
Oh man, crazy times these days, huh? Wow.
Yeah. My nerves. I'm kind of walking on a razor's edge lately, Ryan. We went into Walmart today to get groceries, and nobody is social distancing. So I'm in the meat department. I'm almost having a panic attack because people are just right next to me, all in my business. And
they're like, "Hey, Alex."
Yeah. No, seriously, I'm getting paranoid because the more I read about this, the more I see that people in our age group in their 30s are contracting this and getting really sick. So it's like all the stuff they thought they knew about just older people that had, frail immune systems were the ones that had to worry about it. It's like, well, now it's kind of just everybody. So it's kind of, it's making me pretty nervous.
Well, I'm seeing more and more people on Twitter. It's really sad talking about, hey, my grandfather died, my aunt died of this COVID. Yeah. It's like, it's getting around.
It terrifies me, man.
Yeah. I noticed you added, or I don't know how you say, you tagged the governor of Oregon.
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey, you're not doing your job. I'm out here and everybody else is out. What are you going to do?
Well, we were driving to the store today, and it's like, okay, well, the regulations she laid down were you could go to the grocery store, you could exercise outside, you could do certain things, and we follow it to a T. And we're driving to Walmart, and I see cars going about their business. I mean, probably more cars than you would normally see on a typical Saturday if this stuff wasn't going on. Just nothing has changed. Everybody is everywhere. People are still doing stuff. I saw kids grab-assing, playing tag. They're probably not all I don't think there's 7 brothers and sisters all the same age in my neighborhood. I don't know if that, I have no idea how that works. Could be a Brady Bunch situation. Don't know.
It would be really hard to be like elementary, junior high, high school right now, because you just like, those were some of the greatest times hanging out with your buddies.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I always had a pretty good toy collection, as you can tell. I still do. Right behind me.
Right behind you.
But I think that it all comes down to parenting, I think, in this situation, and you're a parent, so whatever you say is what the kids are ultimately going to do. So if it's very important that they're not out mingling, then that's what they have to do. It's just, what are you going to do? It's just something we have to do right now.
Well, it's true.
The last thing I want to do is get somebody sick and be responsible for somebody's death.
Totally.
I couldn't live with that. That's just me. I don't know.
No, it's not just you. There was an article out about people having like parties with, and they were spreading it around. It was getting spread around, and they're like, hey, this almost might be like homicide if you're doing it on purpose and spreading it around.
Yeah, it's like if you had an STD knowingly and you don't inform your partner about it, you can go to jail. That's like a felony. You could get murder. It's the same idea, right?
Yeah.
It's the same idea.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Actually, I saw in the news, or no, actually, it was a tweet by the president that they might quarantine New York, Cincinnati, and all those places, which means that the federal government can block off the state and help the state make sure the quarantine's followed. It would deploy probably federal troops to block off all the roads, and then probably help the police to make sure it's quarantined off.
Where were these people when I was in high school and I needed to get better grades? How come they didn't just quarantine me to my bedroom so I make sure I did my homework? Where were you on that one, President Clinton? Huh?
Dude, you were having way too much fun. I remember I was working and you're like, I have a life, Ryan.
I had a life, but on my accumulative GPA when I graduated, it was right at 2. So I don't know how amazing that is.
I was thinking about this today, and I was like, man, because you have some really good skills otherwise, and that if you applied yourself, you could get it. But you are I was thinking how fortunate I am to be able to do a podcast and stuff with you, like, because you came to me, you're like, hey, let's do like a YouTube channel or something like that, because I've always kind of wanted to do this.
Yeah.
But then with someone like you who's very good at storytelling, very good with people. I remember I loved hanging out with you because you've made it always interesting and fun. So yeah, that's something else. Like, people, different people have different skills.
What do you mean?
Like nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, computer hacking skills.
Yeah, that's for sure. I definitely wasn't blessed with in the looks department or any of that kind of stuff. My mom used to joke around. She'd be like, Alex, you can't be boring and overweight at the same time. You have to be one or the other. So either you're boring and extremely handsome, or you're overweight and the life of the party. But I think she was just teasing me because I'm a lot like her. She was just putting a spin on it to make me feel better. But I think that everybody has a certain skill set or set of gifts they're given at birth, and none is better than the other one. I just think that everybody has different ones, and if they tap into it and use it correctly, you could be the closest you could possibly ever be to actually being happy. If you can somehow figure out how to use it and get paid for it.
Oh, yeah. That's what a few people have said. I think Steve Jobs has said, if you find your passion and what you love to do and you're able to do it.
People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up.
Then it's not like not working. You're just enjoying it.
Exactly. When I go to the radio station to do the show, especially before all this stuff happened, I never told my girlfriend, like, hey, I'm going to work. I never say that. I always say I'm going to the station. I never use the word work. And I always say I'll see you after the show. I never say I'll see you after work, because it doesn't feel like work to me. But it's starting to feel more and more like work to me, Ryan, lately, because we're doing a sports show and there's no sports.
Oh, yeah. I know how much you love sports.
It's so tough. And it's like, it's a constant reminder that we don't have sports right now. It's like, oh, hey, the girl you wanted to marry just broke up with you, but guess what? You get to look at her Facebook profile every day for 2 hours. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm in hell.
But dude, you just played a clip with James, and I thought it was so hilarious. It was about Denver, and they closed off all the bars, and they open it up. And one thing about you, sometimes you add people and you tag them, and you I'll give you an example. We'll get back to that story, but I'll give you an example. So George Foreman.
1967, I had my first boxing match.
Boxing.
Awarded by knockout.
And into the Olympics.
A jolting right hand to the jaw.
Where his uncanny power. In his first 40 fights,
He knocked out 92.5% of his opponents.
You are on Twitter and you're getting in shape and you go, "Hey champ," and you tag George Foreman. You go, champ, I need some advice. I'm going really hard at it. What do you got? I'm looking at this and I'm like, dude, he's like the champ, like the best ever.
Two-time heavyweight champion.
Alex is tagging him and I'm like, this guy's never gonna read this or see this. And lo and behold, he makes a tweet for Alex. He's like, "Oh, you just gotta, make sure your diet is right. Exercise good, but make sure your diet's right. That's what all athletes do." And I'm like, holy moly. Alex got the champ.
I know.
He
was telling me to eat breakfast. Make sure you eat breakfast.
And use the George Foreman grill.
I've probably had 3 to 4 George Foreman grills in my entire life. I don't know where they go, but I always replace it. We always get another one.
But that's the thing with you, like you just don't think about it and you just go do it. And like me, I get all nervous, but sometimes you actually get a response. So the thing is, like when you were talking about Denver and what was going on, and then like how they closed the bars and then they had to open them up because people were rioting. You're like, "James, let's go ahead and call the governor." And he's like, "I don't know about that, but I know you would. I know you would get on the phone and say, 'Hey, tell us about this issue.'"
What I wanted to do, what I dreamt up in my head was, listen, we don't really have anyone to talk about sports-wise or to bring on the show that much because what are you going to do? You're going to bring you're going to bring a coach on and be like, "Well, when do you think you're going to play again?" And they'll say, "I don't know." And then you'll say, "Oh, well, what are you doing in your off time?" And they'll say, "Well, just kind of quarantined." It's just plug that in for every conversation you can have with a player or coach. But if we could somehow call the governor of Colorado or the mayor of Denver, I think that'd be a pretty interesting segment.
Yeah, knowing you could do it. You just keep going at it, and eventually you get a call or something.
Just like Andy Dufresne in the Shawshank Redemption. Just every day write a letter to the governor of the state and ask for more books and more money for your library. So you can tell 15 years later they get sick of me and they send me money and they're like, "Stop writing us letters. We don't give a crap about what you think."
But I got you. I got a response.
Yeah, if the governor called back, I'd do just exactly what Andy Dufresne did, and I'd write him 2 more letters every day just to get more money. Dude, tell me about you work in retail, man.
Alex, hey, you gotta be quiet, okay? What are you doing?
I'm making food. My mom said I could have some food.
What food do you want? We can. Okay. All right.
And we're back.
We're back. Just a little family issue here. It's okay.
How dare your son want to eat dinner, right?
I don't know. Quarantine. We're trying to save some food and.
Dude, tell me about. So you work in retail. Tell me what it's like. Tell me what that's like and how it's been the last week. I'm really curious because I've been trying to avoid it as much as possible.
No, it's good you're avoiding it because that's kind of like where everyone's going. So if you're going to get it, it's all congregating in there. Employees are kind of scared of getting it. And we're like, why are you guys coming in here? Like, because it's where everybody's coming. So probably not the best idea. And like the place I work at has an older clientele. So like, why are you guys? What happened? Okay. So after the president made that speech, it was just everybody just started coming in, buying toilet paper and everything. And we're like, okay, this is really busy and crazy. And it kept going for like 3 or 4 days. And then our shelves just started getting empty. And we were just trying to keep up and put stuff on the shelves. Then we were like keeping up, but we weren't getting enough freight in because it's just, the warehouse was having troubles kind of keeping up, and we can only get so many trucks a day. We get like 1, and we're working hard to get everything done. And then we're getting messages that the manufacturers for a lot of the stuff aren't going to be able to send as much product because they're getting shut down because of the quarantine. So only like essential items are getting sent. So yeah, it's changing things. I think overall this situation is going to really shape a generation, probably the younger generation, the kids right now. It's going to probably bring more things online, separate more people. It's going to bring up more social stuff online. I think things are really going to change or jumpstart what's already been coming.
This is like the one time in the history of the United States where people want their house to get toilet papered. They're like, oh no, I hope those kids don't come over and TP my house. That would just be terrible. Whatever you do, don't use, Charmin 2-ply when you're doing it, Johnny. Because it'd be even worse if you did it on a night it didn't rain, because then I'd have to collect it, and that'd be bad. Because don't do that.
Exactly, it is one of those times.
Like the only time in the history of the United States where people actively want their house to get toilet paper.
Yeah.
Can you believe that kid? Him and his friends came over and TP'd my lawn, my car, my house. Those little angels, those little saints, precious little ones.
How are you doing on that situation? You able to find anything?
So we have a 30-pack that we just opened that we got from Costco. So that's good.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend, Nicole, is a detective. And I think when she's using the bathroom, she sets and counts the squares that are on the roll to know the exact number. And then I'll go in there, and then she always teases me because I want it, because I don't want any chance of coming in contact with my booty. Yeah. So I think she goes in and knows the number of squares that are left on the roll, and then when I'm done, she counts them, and then every time she comes out after I'm done, she looks pissed. She's like, "Did you know that today you used 18 and a half more squares than you did yesterday? Now either you're wasting it or you have a serious bowel problem, Alex, and we're gonna have to straighten you out. And the doctor's offices you can't get in right now. A lot of things are going on, so you better think twice about how much toilet paper you use on your booty. I'm just saying, okay?" So we have that conversation probably 3 times a day, and every time it's just I thoroughly enjoy it. It's just a real pleasure to have that conversation.
Just let me go in peace.
Yeah, seriously. The bathroom is one of my sacred spots, man. Growing up in my house when I was younger, we had me, my brother, my first cousin Heather, her daughter Shelly, my mother, my dad, my grandma, and my grandpa. There was 1.5 bathrooms. So everybody was all over everybody. Everybody knew each other's business. It was kind of like the Waltons a little bit. It really was. Did
you at night, did you hear the good night, Jim? Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Alex. Good night, everyone.
Everybody quiet down now and get some sleep.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Ben.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Ding dong ding.
No, I heard this. Alex, shut the hell up! It's 10 o'clock. I didn't hear the good night stuff. I heard the shut your mouth. Turn the Super Nintendo off and shut up. Seriously, no. So the bathroom was like my quiet, my one spot I could get away from everybody.
Yeah.
And now that's not even, it's not even a thing anymore. So it's just, it's a horrible, horrible deal. And we'll get through it. One thing I wish I had invested in years ago was a bidet.
I think everybody is now.
Yeah.
Wishing that.
A home gym and a bidet. People sit at their house in this quarantine and they're like, why did I have to spend money on whatever I bought that I'm looking at right now? Why didn't I just buy the butt fountain? Why didn't I buy the home gym? I am such a dumbbell for not buying dumbbells. Seriously, like it's things you never think about. You're like, well, why do I need to buy dumbbells? I can just go to the gym. Well, guess what, sucker? You ain't going to the gym. I've ran like 5.6 miles every day for the last 2 weeks because there isn't nothing else I can do. I see that you're on Twitter every day. That's awesome, man. Yeah, right.
Sticking to it. I see your stories and all that. He's just going at it.
Hey, what do you think about that? Do you like the stories I tell each day or do you think that's annoying? What do you think?
I like it. Did someone say they're annoying?
No, but I feel like when I'm recording them sometimes because I like to share stories that I think are funny or interesting. But every day that I'm doing it, I kind of feel like I wonder if people see this again and they're like, "Oh man, not this guy again."
Like, hey, dude, they're interesting and fun. I find you see all the likes you get, but at least they're not like my content where I'm just like, hey, something very depressing that I'm going to say that's very boring. Here you go. Click. Like that's my content. I don't know why people follow me, but thank you.
You don't give hot takes. You give lukewarm takes.
No, I can't.
Here is a tepid take from Ryan Sprague.
I'm pretty much like the most boring stuff ever. Like, hey, you know what the Fed did today?
You know what? People like that stuff. Seriously though, if some people don't read newspapers or read or subscribe to the government, Twitter, whatever social media or anything like our newspapers or any of that stuff. So sometimes people learn about that directly from you. So you're not.
Oh wow!
I'm serious, man. I'll see stuff on people's Twitter account, and I'll be like, oh, that's really interesting. I didn't see that, and then if I'm interested, I'll look into it. So yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. But guess what, buddy? Right. Guess what, partner?
What's up? What's up?
You got me now, dog.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna bring you into the stratosphere, son.
Oh, we unstoppable, man. We going up there.
We're gonna have, dude. We're gonna get you to 1,000 followers.
Actually, on Twitter, that's really not my goal. Like,
it's not my goal. No, mine either.
When I joined it, I was just like, oh, what's Twitter? Oh, well, cool. Because my thoughts are like, it's like an outlet for my thoughts and stuff. I kind of see how to do it now. It's building like a community and chatting with people, like involving people. I probably get more into that, but that's more of something I'd like to do with my YouTube channel. But
sure.
I really enjoy YouTube, but it's just a lot of work to edit.
YouTube, I made a 1.5-minute video last night. You saw it last night. That took at least an hour.
Really?
Recording the audio, setting the music, making the volume levels correct, all that stuff. Because if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it the best you can, right? So I'm not just gonna throw something out there. And I want to go back to a point you made earlier about Twitter. When I first started Twitter, I used to do the follower for follower thing. Yeah. But that's not the way to do it. The way you want to do it is you want to actually follow people that have similar interests as you, or people that will challenge you and make you grow, or people that are just interesting and that you find, it stimulates you when you talk to them, that they say stuff that's important or that you think is relevant. If you just follow people to have them follow you back, you find that your timeline and your feed is just horrible. Just people, you know what I mean?
No, I totally know. And I kind of started out with that. I was like, this is kind of just a personal account. I'm not using it for influence or any of that. I'm just doing it because I kind of like a mental thing, like a mental intellect, like trying to think about like, okay, this is Twitter. How does this work? And then I started gaining followers and more followers. How do I have like 160 people when I'm just hanging out? The worst thing about Twitter is when I say something and then someone decides to get in this argument. But like everything I've said, like I've backed up with research and articles and stuff, and they're like, they just say like random stuff out of their head, and I'm like, well, I can't win.
Dude, some people on Twitter are just waiting to jump on other people. They probably don't even believe what they're saying. They just want to incite anger from you or to make you upset. Seriously, there are
some
Twitter
trolls.
trolls.
Yeah. But overall, it's an interesting platform. What I really like about it is like all their followers. It's like having this like massive group in your cell phone, but everybody's following. So you make a tweet and like everybody gets to see it. It's a pretty cool platform.
Yeah. I like Twitter a lot better than the other social media platforms because I felt like Facebook had gotten to the point where it was almost like Instagram. It was just all about pictures. It was like, take a look at me, look how great I am, look what I'm doing. But it's like Twitter is kind of, if you break it down to the bare bones of Twitter, it was originally just a sentence. You had to say whatever you were going to say in a certain amount of characters, which they still do.
It was 150. They changed it to like 250. It was 150 because that's all the cell phones would take.
Okay. I just liked it because it was like, okay, you get in and you get out, you make your point, and then you move on. But Facebook got me into a lot of trouble, Ryan, especially when I was trying to maintain sobriety. I had a lot of friends who were like, oh, hey, I see you're online. What are you doing Friday? It's like, well, whatever you're doing Friday, I don't want anything to do with it. Because I don't want to go down the primrose path with you again like we've done for the last 15 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I haven't been on Facebook in a couple of years, but I don't mind it. It's something that everybody has, and a lot of people use it a lot.
Not me, dog.
Maybe you should. You should make a public profile and see how many people you can get. Because
no.
Listen, we're going to the stratosphere, man. If you want to get to the stratosphere, you got to be on multiple platforms and grow and explode like a mushroom cloud.
I do YouTube too, but here's why Facebook's not going to happen. I have the toilet paper conversation I have with my girlfriend. I don't want to have who just added you on Facebook? Why did this female just add you on Facebook? It's like, I don't know. Because I'm trying to get more people to listen to my stuff, and females also happen to be people. I don't want to have another conversation like that.
Well, dude, maybe how about this? How about you like have her do everything, and you just have a public profile, and it automatically posts to it. Boom.
You know what we should. Since we're talking about this, you know what we should do. We should just have Good Times with Alex and Ryan joint Facebook profile, and then we could just post our stuff onto there, like whatever.
Well, dude, I'm already going to be posting all this on my Facebook as soon as I publicize it again. But
okay.
Yeah, I was going for an interview, and I was like shutting down a lot of my social media. I bombed the interview, but I don't know if I got the job yet because they haven't called me, but we'll see next week. By the time this posts, I'll probably know. So, and I don't think they'll be listening.
Dude, Ryan, I've had some of the worst job interviews I've ever had and walked out of it, and I'm like, oh, I totally bombed that. There's no way I got that job. And then the next day I got called and got hired. I'm serious. I've had some of the worst job interviews I've ever had, in my opinion, and still got the job. I don't know how. And I've had job interviews where I thought, like, oh, I nailed that. That was fantastic. Never going to call back. They're like, well, Hank, get him out of here.
That's what people have been telling me. Like, you don't know. So I'll see next week at some point. Oh, well. Anyways, YouTube. You're on YouTube. So you'll do YouTube. I noticed there's this graph that Facebook's going back, and YouTube's like actually getting more and more people, and Facebook is getting less. Instagram's getting more. What about an Instagram account?
Yeah. I would probably be into an Instagram account, but I'm not sure how many people would want to see pictures of my toys every day.
You ever heard of...
this is a G.I. Joe from 1985 today.
You ever hear of Gary Vaynerchuk?
You do not love losing. You lost.
I feel I can't lose. I feel I can't lose. I'm immortal.
No.
Oh. Well, he's kind of like a social media guru, and he's like, you do what your audience, you relate to your audience, but you also have your own personality. So his thing is like, he likes to go garage sailing and flip stuff for garage, and he'll show all that. He'll show cards and stuff that he likes, like sometimes the jets. And then he'll do his regular content of helping people with social media and issues like that and having the right attitude. But so it's okay to have your own personality and everything, because that's you, and that's what people are going to attach to.
Oh, for sure. I definitely am not afraid to be who I am. I mean, I'm clearly a dork. I like toys. I like scary movies. I like cartoons. Any T-shirt I wear usually is a funny T-shirt or a cartoon or a band or something. So I'm not too much. I don't really care what other people think of me. Instagram is usually like people that are jacked or super pretty or take really good photos of butterflies.
Okay, I see your point, but I think it's changed. You must have been on it a while ago, like a few years ago.
I was never on Instagram. The only time I've ever even seen Instagram is when my buddy Dave has Instagram.
Oh, buddy Dave. Tell me about buddy Dave. Okay, Dave.
Dave Pila is like an ultra marathon runner. So he actually.
Oh, wait. That's your buddy?
Yeah, Dave Pila.
The guy that like he's famous, isn't he?
No. This guy. He ran a race one time. No, go ahead.
No, I didn't. I thought I heard the name. Maybe I'm just like creeping on your Twitter followers or something. Or
No, Dave freaking ran a race one time for a 24-hour race. He ran for the whole day or something like that. It's like ridiculous. You run so much and you run so much that you're sweating the whole time, so you don't even have to pee because you're just sweating all your fluids out. That's what he said happens. I'm just like, that's insane, man. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What else? You got any other topics we should talk about on this
episode?
What
were you saying about Dave?
I was just saying.
Wait. Well, we're done with that.
He has an Instagram account, and whenever he goes on runs or whatever trails, hikes and stuff, he'll take really nice photos of the outdoors.
Okay.
So he's really good with that sort of thing.
So Instagram's still kind of like that, but it used to be like all about that. Right now, though, it's changing to where you have your own personality. Actually, someone showed where she was a photographer, had some beautiful pictures, but people really connected to where she was just like with her friends and smiling like, hey, those type of pictures. And those are the ones that get all the views and stuff. It's just stuff that people like to feel happy and connected to. So
yeah,
it's
like
changed.
That Taco Bell commercials.
My hands are tied.
Sunset heart hands. Sunset heart hands.
Sunset heart hands.
Sunset heart hands.
No,
the Taco Bell commercial.
No, not the Taco Bell, because that poor dog died.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
He got ran over. That's sad.
What? The Taco Bell Chihuahua's dead?
That was back when. How long ago was that? He got ran over by a cart or something.
1999. What?
Yeah, no. Let's look it up. I think I can actually look it up here.
Taco Bell Chihuahua.
Yeah.
I would hope he had died peacefully in his home of old age while resting on a chalupa.
No, dude. I'm gonna look it up. Let's check it out. Can you see my screen?
No. I can see your mirror in the back.
Share screen. Share? That work?
I can see something.
Well, son of a gun.
No, I can. It says Ryan Sprague has started screen sharing. Yeah, I can see now.
Okay. All right. So let's check out what happened to that poor dog.
We're solving the world's problems right now, guys.
No, you brought up Taco Bell, and I'm like...
I haven't had Taco Bell in months.
Chihuahua was an advertising mascot.
Aged 15, I see it right there. His real name was Gidget.
Gidget. Okay, Taco Bell was made to speak... that's a cultural stereotype. Is it?
There it is. Further career and death on the bottom.
Oh. Euthanized after suffering a stroke. Oh. I thought I got ran over by a car. Well, that's sad. What? This is supposed to be good times. I don't know.
But hey, that dog was in Legally Blonde, so had a pretty good career.
Okay, we'll just say he had a good life. I don't know why. Okay,
we're gonna have to edit that out later.
See, that's what I'm telling you. Like, hey, did you know?
He's a bigger buzzkill than Buzz Killington. Stewie, do you know why W.S. Gilbert was frequently drunk on his transatlantic crossings? No. Because he was quartered on the port side. Now that I've got you, let's both revisit the birth of the Doylicott Opera Company.
If we were at the radio station right now, we would just hit the dump button on your ass. The dump button at a radio station is when someone cusses or says something. It can go back like 15 to 20 seconds, and it will just delete all the stuff that just happened. And the listener in the car or at home will never know that they didn't hear it. Yeah, it's kind of
that's awesome. Yeah. Well, good thing we're not live.
Oh man, we're working our way towards it though, buddy. I'm telling you, we are primed.
Primed for live time.
We are primed.
Okay, so since we're going through social media, and let's talk about YouTube. So I noticed when you have like YouTube, you don't really do much video. Do you have like a video editing software, or how do you do it?
I don't have anything like that, but the reason I don't do that is because I originally started posting YouTube videos because I wanted to get more adept at Adobe Audition for the radio, for conforming and editing audio.
Adobe Audition.
I do a lot of that.
Okay,
yes, I do a lot of that at the radio station.
I've used that program. It's like the best you can get, almost. Yeah,
Adobe's pretty good. It's amazing. I learn something new every day by just fiddling with it. I'll have an audio clip or something. It doesn't even matter what it is, and then I'll just go on the icons and stuff and just see what each button does. Seriously, that's how I'm learning. I'll just be like, okay, that loops it, that cuts it, that pastes it, that whatever. So you can learn a lot just by fiddling with something.
Because I just have a free version. I forgot what it's called. Let's see here what it's called. You've probably heard of it since you're doing all this. Oh, I cannot minimize zoom in this. Okay. Let's see if I can. It's called Audacity. You heard of that one?
I don't think so. It's
like the free version.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, Adobe is. Do you pay like monthly for that, or were you able to pay?
Yeah, you have to pay $10 a month to get the updates.
Yeah.
But Adobe Audition's good. And then for like film, like videos and stuff, is that like Adobe Photoshop or what is that? What is that?
You can use. You can use there's a lot of different programs. I wouldn't suggest like Adobe Premiere, because that stuff is the same type of thing. Like it's the best, pretty much the best. You get really professional. Like professionals do use it, but it's so in depth that it's not really needed for the general like editor. There's other ones. There's actually an Adobe like lesser version called Adobe Elements, which you can pay a one-time full price for. I haven't used that one. I'm currently using one I found on Amazon called Corel. It works. I would like to eventually get into more advanced stuff, but it's just I don't have the funds right now. When we hit our audience and we start getting big, like we're talking about, superstars. Maybe I'll look into
superstars. I just want to have 50 viewers, for the love of God, Ryan.
As long as you're not going to be trolling us as Debbie Downers.
You know what we should do? We should have a part of the show like right now, where people that listen to this could send in questions to our Twitter, and then we can answer them on the next episode.
No, that'd be totally cool. But we have like like we have we have like 61 listens right now. Well, actually, on if you add YouTube, it's a lot more. But
yeah, the YouTube, I think the YouTube is easier for people to listen to because you just click on it. You don't have to actually sign up for an account. I think people are lazy. Well, and I am too.
I get it, but we picked up when it went on to Apple Podcasts because a lot of people are on that. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, subscribe.
Yeah, it costs nothing.
Yeah,
and you're going to get some seriously good content at least once a week, and it's life-changing content.
Yes,
you'll get to hear. You'll get to hear how the chalupa dog from the Taco Bell died. You'll get to hear about how my girlfriend counts the toilet paper squares when I use the restroom.
Exactly, and you'll hear all the stories of friendship, love, community, what we all need right now. Hello, what are you doing?
Hey, let me tell you a story real quick since we're talking about stories.
All right.
So when we were on the Rangers in 6th grade for the Little League baseball team, my mom was the team mom for a game. Okay. And in 6th grade, I was 199, 200 pounds. I was big.
Wow.
And my mom.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So sorry, man.
No, I was 200 pounds, and my mom was the team mom.
Yeah.
So she decided, if I'm going to be the team mom, I'm going to do it correctly. So she bought Big Grab bags of chips. She bought king-sized candy bars. And she bought the Big Slam Pepsis. Now, Big Slams were like, before it wasn't a 2-liter, but it wasn't a 20-ouncer. It was like a liter of soda, right? So that same game, I had ripped my ass out of my pants.
Oh, no.
Sliding into a base or something.
Oh, dude, I faintly remember that. Yeah, it was up and down your leg, right?
Yeah, I ripped my pants.
Yeah.
I ripped my pants out, and
you were kind of upset about that.
Yeah, it was the same day that my mother had bought all this amazing snack food for after the game, but it was like big items of snack food. And anyway, I remember hearing some other moms from the players on the team like, oh, well, no wonder he ripped his pants out. Look what his mother bought for the team's snacks. No wonder. What was Sherry thinking? He must eat like this every day. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying not to laugh because that's so bad.
I want you to laugh.
It's so sad and horrible.
Oh my gosh!
I don't want to laugh because that's not right.
Right. Here's another story around that same.
Hold on. I gotta digest this one first, dude. Because I remember this happening. I remember you sliding in, and you're just like pissed, and you had like this big like raspberry on your leg, and it kind of hurt you a little bit. But that's horrible, man.
Well,
hashtag mom trolls.
That season, dude, that was probably one of my 5 hits I got all season too. So my moment of triumph was ruined by some 45-year-old women that couldn't keep their mouth shut. So anyway, check this out. So around that same time, my grandpa had a scale in the bathroom. So this is probably before the sliding incident happened. I weighed myself every morning, and I remember seeing the scale click over because it wasn't like a computer scale. It was like one of the old ones that roll over. Yeah, and it hit 200, and I remember thinking, "Oh my God, what am I gonna? 200 pounds, and I'm 12.
Stop it!
I gotta tell my mom this. Yeah, I gotta tell my mom this. This is gonna be horrible.
I can't stop. This is bad, dude.
So, dude.
No.
So later that night.
Dude, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad laughing at this.
We used to go to the market and get dilly bars, or not dilly bars. We used to get fudge bars. You get a fudge bar at the market.
This is enough, man.
No, I'm not done.
I can't. I'm feeling horrible.
We would go get these fudge bars, and you could get 2 fudge bars for 70 cents.
I'm a guy that laughs when things are awkward, and it's like like one of the worst times because I'm laughing because it's awkward and it's a horrible, sad story.
No, listen to this. This is the same day. We're getting fudge bars. It's nighttime. My mom used to like to go on car rides. So we'd go for a cruise and we get a snack. So my mom parks the car and we're just talking about the day and everything. And I'm nervous because I have to tell my mom that I'm 200 pounds. And I didn't want to tell her that because I was ashamed of it and I was afraid of how she'd react to it. So I come right out and I say, Mom, I weighed myself. I'm 200 pounds today. And I'm holding a fudge bar, eating this fudge bar, number 1 of 2 that night. I've got another one on deck waiting for me. And Mom's eating her fudge bar.
Dude.
And as I say this, she looks at me and she's like, 200 pounds. How did this happen? What did you do? How did this happen? As she's eating a fudge bar, right? We both have 2 of them. We do it every night.
Stop, dude.
She's trying to blame me. Listen, she's trying to blame me for gaining this much weight.
I can't.
And hold on, here's the best part. Ryan, here's the best part.
Just stop.
I look at my mom. I'm 12 years old. And I said, Mom, what do you mean, what did I do? What do you mean, what did I do? I'm freaking 12 years old. I don't have any money. The only way that I can eat anything is if you buy it for me. What did I do? What did you do?
Oh, God.
Yeah, she's trying to blame me for the weight that I gained. I said, listen, I'm a kid. How the hell am I going to eat anything unless you pay for it? I don't have any money. Well, this is at least 80% your fault, woman. So anyway, we went on a diet the next day, and our diet consisted of Taco Bell taco salads with fried shells. We stuck on that diet for about 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks later came the big weigh-in, and we both actually gained 12 pounds. So that diet didn't work, needless to say.
Dude, my stomach got a workout.
You're going on a diet. Ryan, you're going on a diet, mister. You are going to have Taco Bell salads. Taco salads from now on.
Dude,
2 a day.
You got to stop. Dude, Okay, so the audience knows. I don't know if you picked up on it. Like when things get awkward or, things are like crazy, I smile and laugh. And, this was really hard and awkward for me because this is a sad story and I'm laughing at it. And this is Alex's like serious, hey, I was having a hard time as a kid and I'm up here cracking up just because it's awkward. Just, it's the way I am,
You would be the worst person to be interrogated if you did a crime. It'd be like, Ryan, where were you on the night of such and such? And you'd be like, I don't know. I'm innocent. I promise.
And then I start cracking up. What do you
mean? She killed herself.
That's exactly what I would do. I can't lie. Because I just.
Hey, man, that's actually a really good character trait.
It's not because it's not because I won't lie. It's because I can't lie.
I am so morally superior to everybody. I am physically unable to tell something that is not true. You pompous ass. It's not because I can't. It's not because I don't want to lie. I've tried to lie, Alex. I just can't because I'm morally superior to everybody else.
Hey, dude. When we were kids, at one time Josh told me like you said I was really arrogant and like you didn't like hanging around me or something. What was I doing? Josh said you said that.
Not when we were kids. When we were working at the glass shop, when you got that hybrid, you got that car.
Is that what it was?
And anybody that didn't have a car that ran on part electricity, you were so much better than everybody else.
Is that what it was?
You were just like the South Park episode. Yeah, you're like, you know what? If you cared anything about the environment, Alex, you'd get yourself a Prius. The first step to loving yourself.
It was a Honda hybrid. Honda Civic hybrid, but whatever. It's a hybrid.
The first step to fixing yourself and loving yourself, Alex. Before you can love anybody else, Alex, you have to love yourself and the environment. If you can't get yourself an electric car, I don't even want to know you, Alex.
That's how you
I'm like, Ryan, that's great and everything. I just asked you if you wanted to have a 7-Up or a Pepsi, bud.
Is that how you took? I think I was trying to joke. I didn't mean to be a pompous.
Well, what about the day you came into the glass shop with a crown and a robe on, Ryan?
Well,
was that a big joke too, bud? You're like, I have deemed myself the Prince of Glass. Dun, dun, dun. I was like, well, if you're the prince, can you decree that we get a day off paid today, please?
Dude, you totally ghosted me at one point.
When?
I was trying to call you. I don't remember at what point it was. I was trying to call you. You wouldn't answer anything. Eventually, like, I came around. I saw Josh. I'm like, hey man, I keep calling Alex. He doesn't answer. Oh, he answers for me all the time. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. All right, I'll move on. Whatever.
Ryan, this had to have been, and I'm going to just say it now, this had to have been when I was drinking. I was a mess back then, and I probably answered the phone only for like 3 people. So I want to get it on record.
Dude, I was like, well, if I'm annoying you, whatever. I'll move on.
No.
I'll take off.
I was probably ashamed to talk to you because I wasn't very proud of myself back then. And it's the truth. It is what it is. I know we're trying to have fun and be funny, but that was a time in my life when I wasn't very proud of myself, and I wasted a lot of time and a lot of years, and it is what it is.
No, I don't hold it against you or anything, man. I was just bringing it up because I didn't know what happened.
Well, you listen.
Listen, you were calling me like 15 times a day, texting me like 20, and it was like a lot of times and too much, Ryan. Too much. I had to back off, ghost you. Josh, I will take all of his calls because we're besties forever.
I had to ghost you. There was a guy. Oh, listen to this. I actually did ghost somebody one time. This guy that used to go out and have drinks with us. I don't know where I met him. I don't know how. I think he used to work. Oh, hold on. I got it. I remember now. I met him at the Red Lion when I was bartending. And I was good friends with the people that did the hiring there. Well, anyway, this guy was horrible at his job. Terrible. He was a janitor. He was terrible. And one day, because they would put the job postings in the break room, because if somebody wanted to like laterally promote or like switch departments or whatever. Well, one day he's like, "Hey, Alex, I saw that there's a job posting for a janitor on my shift." And I said, "Oh, is that so?" And he's like, so I'm thinking he can see the writing on the wall, like he knows he's going to get laid off. And he's like, "Yeah, that's good too, because I've been having a really hard time keeping up with all my work, and they're finally giving me some help."
Oh.
So he thought that the job posting for his job was that the Red Lion was going to get him some help. They're going to take care of him. When in actuality, ladies and gentlemen, he was getting canned, and he didn't even know it. But anyway, that guy, I ghosted that guy in real life. He used to show up to my house randomly. He'd be like, "Hey, man, I've got like 2 warm beers that were in my trunk. You want to drink them?" And I'm like, "Hey, random janitor guy I knew from the Red Lion. As a matter of fact, first of all, I don't know how you know where I live. And second of all, please leave my property because you're kind of scaring me a little bit." This guy seriously was like that, though. He would follow me around. He'd show up. And I ghosted the living piss out of him until he left me alone. Seriously.
Wow.
It was so awkward, man. It was so awkward. I literally had to tell him one time, like, "Listen, dude, this whole friendship thing, it ain't going to happen. I know you want it to happen, but it ain't happening. And furthermore, I'm going to file a restraining order." I didn't say it. He was kind of a weird guy, man.
Yeah. We used to do that, though, like just show up at each other's house. If no one answered, we're like, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a completely different situation.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
Like
It's true.
your
Yeah.
actual friend,
Yeah.
not the random janitor guy at the red light.
That's true. That would be pretty creepy.
Yeah, he would always have like the strangest amount of money on him. Like he's like, "Hey man, I really hope that we're not here too much longer because I've only got like $3.48, in my wallet. So I don't know how much I can party on this." And I'd be like, $3.48. I was like, "You better go get yourself a Keno slip, son, and try to triple that up because your night's over real soon. Why don't you go get yourself a spritzer and sit down because your night's almost over before it began, buddy."
Dude, what happened to that guy that worked over there? He was a waiter, and we forgot to tip him, and he was like pissed.
Was this at
He
the
was
Red
like-
Lion?
Yeah, he had like red hair, I think.
Huh. Maybe it was Daryl? Chris Henry?
I think it could have been Daryl. Well, I don't know.
I kind of vaguely remember this.
Oh.
Like vaguely. And I think he became a garbage man, and then I think he eventually down in North Bend, Coos Bay, and then I think he moved to Washington.
Oh, okay.
Because Mike's dad runs the garbage company, so I think I heard him say something to me about that when I was at the Royal Rumble, like 3 or 4 months ago. Because I asked about him, because I actually used to be very friendly with him.
Yeah, you two were you were friendly. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. But I don't know, man. I did not tip him. That was probably you, Ryan. Why didn't you tip him, selfish son of a bitch?
I know. I worked so much. I had some money.
Back in the day, dude, you had the robe, you had the crown, the scepter, kidnapping people to go get ice cream.
I know, everything.
Going to fish concerts, going to see Reliant K concerts, Dave Matthews Band.
Oh yeah, I went to see a
we were in. Dude, Ryan, we were in Seattle when Dave Matthews Band's tour bus accidentally dumped the human waste from their tour bus.
Oh no, you were there. I remember that made the
news.
news.
It was underneath the boat.
They did that on purpose.
Yeah, and I remember telling you about it, and you didn't believe me. What?
It was on the news and everything. But yeah, that's the type of people they would totally do that. And they said, "Oh, whoops! It was just it's nothing happened with the mechanical failure. See, I kind of slipped and hit a switch or something." They did it on purpose, and they were probably laughing their butts off. They probably laughing their butts off when they did that.
That's crazy, man. I can't imagine. You're down on a luxury boat, just having tea and scrumpets, and all of a sudden. Like, "Hey, could you pass me another Danish, please?" And then all of a sudden, just
never mind.
Yeah, a full busload of Dave Matthews Band
stuff.
Human waste dumps on your tea and scrumpets.
Well, on that note,
I'm the king of the castle.
I think we've got enough material for one episode.
Probably 2. Recorded for the last hour.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for everybody for tuning in. We actually really appreciate you. Debbie Downers or not, I'm just joking. You all can join us. Join in the fun. Subscribe, or we'll find you and you'll have to ghost us or whatever. Not really. That was really awkward, and maybe I'll edit that out. But just subscribe, okay? That's all I'm asking, okay? It's free. It's free. Come on, please.
Anybody with a pulse and that breathes oxygen, please subscribe. We need you. For the love of God, please.
All right. Thanks for joining, everyone. Peace out.